Welcome to our lesson on function inverses. So before we get started, let's refresh our memory that inverses often means opposite, and we're going to keep that in mind today. So we're asked to sketch the inverse of each function and then state the domain and range and restrict the domain if necessary. We'll get to all of that. Starting with the sketching, we are going to take ordered pairs that are on the original function and switch the x and the y values. So -5, 0 is going to become 0, -5. And then let's see, what's the next point we have here? -4, 2 is going to become 2, -4. See if you can find a few more values and reflect those so that they are in the new position. Make sure that you are choosing ordered pairs that are actually passing through nice coordinate points. All right, so we've got another one here, -1, 4. So that's going to become 4, -1. And then we have, let's see, 4, 6. So that'll become 6, 4. And I think that's good for now. 4 to 5 points is good. So now we're going to go ahead and connect these. So going like this and recognizing that if this end continues, then this end should continue as well. So this is the inverse function. So we can label, let's say that this first one is y, then this is y inverse. Let's add that to our important to remember. Y inverse, and then let's write how we would say that. So that is not a -1 exponent, it is read as y inverse. F inverse looks like this. So different notations, but same idea. F inverse. Okay. So if we look at these two functions here, we can see that it's like a mirror or like a reflection. And that's because inverses are reflected over the line, the parent function of the linear function. Y equals x. So this yellow line is the reflection line that this original function is reflected over to get the inverse function. So if we think about our domain and our range here, all right, the original function has a domain from -5 to infinity and has a range from 0 to positive infinity. And then if we look at the inverse function, its domain goes from 0 to infinity, and its range goes from -5 to infinity. And if you notice here, the domain of the original function is actually the range of the inverse and vice versa. And that's because we switched the x's and the y's, and we know that domain is x's and range is y's. All right, in number 2, you're going to go ahead and sketch on your own. So find at least 4, maybe 5 ordered pairs, reflect them by switching the x's and the y's, then go ahead and sketch your inverse function and come back when you are ready to check.